Thank you for tuning into Natty News Daily weekly, where we cover the latest ongoings in natural bodybuilding. If you see a cool story you think we should cover, please send it our way, and maybe we'll include it in the next episode. And if you like what we're doing and would like to support us, please consider checking out one of our sponsors. Our sponsor, Core Nutritionals, for all your supplement needs. Code Natty News Daily, as well as GymPin. If you want to add weight to the machines in your gym, you're running out of room, check out GymPin. Also code Natty News Daily. Enjoy the episode.
All right, guys. James with NATTY News Daily. Got another weekly segment coming at you guys. This is a couple different things. You can see athlete profile here. We've been highlighting a couple athletes. We're trying to cover more events and shows and all that fun stuff. So let's tune in. We got a little bit of everything this week. I wanted to highlight this athlete just because, one, if you're not following our page closely, you might not know this, but so NATTY News Daily is doing the live commentary for the Mr. America stream again this year. We did it last year, had a blast with that. We're invited back. So this individual here is Salvatore Topino, will be at Mr. America, and this is someone who, this is what I love about this sport, guys. He's in my neck of the woods, literally like 30 minutes away from where I live and train and have my whole like base of operations. And I'd never seen this guy. We actually missed each other at one of the shows. I had been to the spring NYS Natural OCB show in Syracuse. He went to the fall one and won it, right? As you can see from his first pen post there. But this guy's just dense as all dense can be, right? Like, I'm excited to see this in person. You can see the separation coming through the quads and the legs, upper bodies in. I mean, just mass amounts of mass. This is going to be a good one to see in person, and it would be fun to see him stack up against some of the other big guys that we know will be at Mr. America, right? So he's got Yorton Cup and Mr. America tagged there. Won't be at the Yorton Cup, but it will be good to see him face off against some prior champions and some world-class athletes and just see how that goes. So, again, this is why natural bodybuilding is great. The pool of athletes is expanding every single year. What we believe as being like the epitome of natural bodybuilding is going to change every single year as more and more athletes are drawn into the sport. The genetic freaks and outliers, and as the barrier to entry is lower in certain regards, just because it's becoming more popular, this is going to be fun to see how the sport evolves, and hopefully we can evolve with it, right? So, just a shout out to this individual, Webster, not too far from me here in Rochester. So this will be fun to see him compete here soon. And we're moving right along. So this is more on the news side of things. Love to see collaboration within the sport. This is something that our Eric Helms episode just hit on. Our episode with Silas hit on a little bit. How do we make the sport better? Collaboration was a big thing. BNBF and DFAC working together, right? So not only are they doing their finals in conjunction, they are recognizing any pro from any natural organization. And I'd love to see that. And I know there's argument in the past about like, well, these individuals don't have to polygraph and these individuals, their testing is different than that. And my counter argument to that is if they're a pro athlete, they come to your stage, they undergo your testing. So if you don't validify their pro card in that organization, and don't allow them to compete at your show because of their testing, that tells me that you're not confident in your testing, right? Because if they were cheating, your testing should catch them, theoretically, right? So just my stance on that. But I love to see the collaboration. I would like to see more natural organizations respecting the pro cards of other organizations, especially in the US where there's shows every weekend and different organizations. We want to see the top athletes compete against the top athletes. And if you put restrictions on them, you make it harder, it's just not going to happen. The finances aren't there for people to travel and do these things unless there's some incentive. And that incentive could literally just be competing against some top athletes. So allow it to happen, grow the sport, grow the recognition, and we all want to see the freaks compete, right? So good on you guys with the BNBF and the DFAC. Love to see that. Hope to see it more. And then just a little bit of a recap. I don't have all of the champions, but going off of the UK DFBA post here, a little highlight to these guys from the Southern Counties competition. Some great physiques. And my US-based bodybuilders aren't going to like this, but we're falling behind. The UK is crushing it in the natural bodybuilding scene, regardless of what federation, whether it's WNBF or UK DFBA. All of their athletes, because there are, here we go, fewer shows, there's higher competition, right? So let's take note. let's change things maybe a little bit here. But shout out to these guys here. If you know them, tag them. Love to see it. Love to see the high standard that's coming out of some of the other countries right now, because that's just only going to raise the sport, right? What's the saying? They say a rising tide raises all ships, something like that, right? So when the sport grows, when recognition of the sport grows, we all grow. So that's going to be it for this week. It's a nice short one. If you like these segments, let us know in the comments on whatever platform you're watching and subscribing to or listening to. Like, share, comment. Let's grow the page and let's grow the sport. I'll see you guys in the next one.